hour, but one thing you need to do is to go fast. Quarterfinal underway, your four-time CrossFit Games champion in the middle lane in lane number 3 in the white shirt. Matt Fraser's over the bar at 2:25, but at the bottom of your screen, Jeffrey Adler, who called his shot early, staying pace with the champ. Noah Ohlsen in lane 2 between them, trying to stay with Fraser. The last-minute cross will be out, and Noah Ohlsen misses. Medeiros misses, and it's going to be between the two of them to determine who will move on to the semifinal, and it's going to be Noah Ohlsen ahead of Medeiros, and he did not need that in that deadlock points tie with Ohlsen coming into this round.
Well, I'm going to say this. Noah got a gift on that event, on that round. If you miss any of these, you are going to be at the bottom half. You just don't have a chance to make it up, but he got that chance when Justin missed his as well. So Justin is now out. Noah is back in. That's great for him. That means he's going to get more points and be able to make that jump over Justin. But Noah can't have mistakes like that. But, oh my gosh, Fraser looked so good. And he wasn't even worried about this round. This was a warm-up round. Noah needed this event. Had that miss, and I think that was just, it was a little bit too anxious. You can't get over anxious, especially in these early rounds. You have to have that position to make it hit it. But who I was really impressed with was Jeff Adler in that first run through. He looked solid. Justin Medeiros had a rough go of it. We know overhead, as we saw with in the total yesterday, he doesn't have the same strength that these other athletes do overhead. At least not experienced yet, and this hurt him on that first round.
So Medeiros will be eliminated. So we start with 5 and we'll cut down for 4 as we move from the quarterfinal to semifinal. Now, take a look at the keys to this. We were talking about this earlier for the speed triple brought to you by Ramwat.
So first off the gate, power, precision. You need to be able to hit it, and you need to know that you can hit it. And then the next one, miss one and you're done. And that really is the true setup here. And we saw that with Justin Medeiros. If you miss it, you're going to be out. Noah got lucky because Justin also missed hit. That was the only reason he got that second chance.
And power and precision is exactly where you're talking, because it just looked like they were rushing through this, and the intensity is forced with only 3 bars. Traditionally, it's been 5, but with only 3 and cutting so quickly, it's forcing these athletes to move fast. But Matt Fraser will win the quarterfinal, just a 1/10 of a second ahead of Jeffrey Adler, who has called his shot here in this event. Quant and Ohlsen will advance into the semifinal. Now, the weights will go up. We're going to go from the last bar being 245 to the first bar being 245, followed by 255 and 265. One will not move on into the final after this heat.
Stand by.
.245 the first bar. Jeffrey Adler on the left side of your screen will have the first bar up, but Matt Fraser will be to the second bar first as they go from 245 to 255, and Fraser is done again as he moves in the third and final bar at 265. No problem for Fraser, and he will win the semifinal. Adler just dropped 265 in the left part of your screen and opened the door for Quant and Ohlsen. Quant missed, Adler missed for the second time in a row, and Noah Ohlsen missed.
So right here, these guys have to remember, yes, they're in a race, but all of them need to stop, which they all have done. I think that's smart. Now it's, you got to make it. You got to be ready to make it.
All 3 athletes lined up for the bar at the same exact time. Quant will hit at the top of your screen. Adler will hit at the bottom, and Noah Ohlsen will not advance to the final round.
So the person that I saw looking back and forth was Matt Fraser. He came across, hit that lift. He looked across the floor again. Cool, calm, confident. Knew what was happening, but if you're going to make a big claim like Jeff Adler did, like, that's a bold move. I don't think it's wrong that he did that. In fact, I'm glad that he did. But you got to make sure you hit your lifts.
Our final 3 are set, are ready for the final round. The stage is set for the final round of event number 7 here at the Morgan Hill Outdoor Sports Center. I'm Chase Ingram. Alongside with me, Bill Gruther and Nikki Frazier will be joining us shortly. And after 2 rounds of elimination, we've cut down to 3. And we'll start with Jeffrey Adler, who called his shot early, but he better back it up coming into the final round.
He really needs to be careful, and he can't let himself get frustrated. Now, all the athletes missed. But we have to remember, this weight that they missed is the first weight that these athletes start with. So if he's planning on going big, he needs to be much more confident when he steps up to that bar. This is what confidence looks like. When you know you're going to race and you know that you need to hit these weights, you need to make him look like that. And that's why he's the champ.
Noah Olson, who's your second place finisher last year at the 2009 Reebok CrossFit Games, just got eliminated in the semifinal, so he will not be in this final heat.
Which is rough because you know he wants in there, but that's the points that he needed over Justin Medeiros, again, to make that second place movement in his position.
Your final results of the semifinal: Frazier at 25 seconds, twice as fast as anyone else on the field with Quant and Adler. But as the weights will increase, they finished with 265, and now they will start with 265.
So everyone in the field except for Matt missed this weight. So Jeff, I hope, is not letting that affect him as he goes into this. He needs to know that he can hit that and then march through as well. Now Matt didn't. There was no issue, no bobble, no anything on this event. This is his event to take. He only needs to go as fast as the other guys are pushing him, and I just don't know if he's going to get the push. And then Samuel Quant, you know what, this is a great position for him to be in. We haven't really talked a lot about him. Either he's going big or he's kind of in the back somewhere. This is a great spot for him to be in that third place position. He has a chance. If Jeff gets a little frustrated, he has a chance to take second. That would be a lot of points for him.
We also have history possibly in the making, because Tia Toomey is the only athlete to win 4 straight CrossFit Games event. If Matt were to take this one, he would tire for that accomplishment. Final wave underway, starting with 265 pounds. Matt Frazier to the bar first in the white jersey, and he will hit that and step forward. Adler not missing that one. Jeffrey Adler on the lane number 1 at the bottom part of your screen, but Frazier already ready and through 275. Adler will hit it as well, so he's on his heels. We said, if you miss, you're done. Matt's going to need to hit this one.
Oh!
Drops it in front. Oh. That opens the door for Jeffrey Adler.
Waiting to see if we can see that look, or who's going to look here.
But Matt gets to the bar first, and he'll stand up with it, and Matt Frazier will win event number 7.
The tempo of this heat was so much different than we've seen in the other ones because of how heavy these weights were. Now, even though Matt did have that miss,
Come on, Sam. Come on, Jeff.
That's not a down mark or a down play on him, what he was doing. I think he just kind of wanted to get through there, a little bit out of position. But these other 2 athletes, I think that the weights, they really had to think about them way more than Matt did, and that's why they really slowed down. Matt wasn't pressured by these guys at all.
Samuel Quant is still at 275 as Adler is at the 285. Now, if it stands like this until the cap, Adler will get second, Quant will get third. Adler will miss 285 again, so he really just needs to kind of look over his shoulder and see where Quant is. If Quant hits this, he's going to have to step up and hit it as well if he wants to break that tie for second. Quant on the right side of your screen. He'll get 275, and now the pressure's on Adler if he wants to secure that solid second place finish for this event. Quant setting up at 275. Jeffrey Adler at the bottom part of your screen. Matt Frazier on the left side of your screen is basically recovered from the event, watching on. Little game of cat and mouse between Adler and Quant. Adler will step up to the bar first, but here comes Samuel Quant. Quant just hit 275. And at the top part of your screen, just out in front. So it's on Jeffrey Adler to hit 285, and if he stays on the platform, it's good.
Oh, that was a great finish
And
for Jeff.
Adler will secure second place for event number 7.
A nice way to finish. You saw him start to move forward, and one of the issues he's been having with the heavier weight, just not able to keep that bar back, but way to finish and make that rep count.
Samuel Quant still has some time to hit this lift. Now, he doesn't have to hit it to secure third place. He's already locked that up by making the final part. And he'll nail it anyway. So Sam Quant hits 285, and he'll lock up third place in men's event number 7. And it seemed like ages ago, but Matt Fraser just won his 6th event of the 7 that we've had and his 4th consecutive.